Hi everyone. I recently did a video on Robert Fisk and his reports from Syria, from Douma, where this alleged chemical attack took place, and he's reporting that the doctors and the people who were there saying no, it wasn't a chemical attack, it was dust that was getting people's lungs, and they went to the hospital with a hypoxia. White helmets came in, shouted chemical attack, started spraying people with water. Everybody panicked. Doctors started doing it as well, and that's what was in the video. And Robert Fisk reporting obviously went against that because that's what the mainstream media were parroting, that it was an obvious chemical attack. Now, what I said in that video was Robert Fisk was going to get smeared because they couldn't attack his reporting because it's truthful. And it happened almost immediately. Within a day, people started tagging me in Twitter posts saying, look at this, look at this. And this is the best one that I was tagged in. This is from Jeanine DiGiovanni. Now, in case you don't know who she is an author, foreign correspondent, and current Middle East editor at Newsweek. She is a regular contributor to the Times, Vanity Fair, Granta, the New York Times, and the Guardian. So she's got a huge, that's a pretty good CV that she's got. And she said in her tweet, this is so ridiculous. If Fisk is going to do a doyer on Duma, then he should consider a seat in the Water Crimes Tribunal alongside Assad and Putin when the time comes, and it will. She's saying that Fisk is a war criminal for reporting the truth in Syria. Now, I'd heard of her, I knew that she was a writer, and I went to her Twitter profile, and in the greatest twist of irony, somebody who's calling a reporter out as being a war criminal for reporting on the truth in Syria has a Twitter bio which reads, she's a human rights defender. I said in that video that you watch any, it won't be just Fisk, any independent journalist will be smeared. And it's happened since to Vanessa Beeley, to Peter Hitchens, to Pearson Sharp of One American News, who's been doing brilliant videos from the ground in Syria, and Eva Bartlett, and so on and so on. The list is, honestly, it's a mile long by now. And yesterday, or last night, my time, Jimmy Dore was the next on their list. And they've done it in a roundabout way, but they've done a hit job on Jimmy Dore, and it was CNN. This is Jimmy Dore's post. So CNN is scared of YouTube news channels that they are creating. So CNN is so scared of YouTube news channels that they are creating a fake crisis so that YouTube will now fully demonetize independent news. My show goes against the pro-Syrian war narrative being uniformly pushed by establishment news, so they smear me hard. I had to obviously go straight to the article. Exclusive, this is on CNNTech. YouTube ran ads from hundreds of brands on extremist channels. Now, this is not the first time they have done this. It's not the first time they have blamed these ads on extremist channels. You may remember the Wall Street Journal did one because a couple of ads were being shown on channels on YouTube which were pro-ISIS. And this is what started the whole YouTube adpocalypse scenario. And rather than come up with a new way to smear people and a new way to demonetize YouTube channels, they're just doing the same thing again. This article goes on to say, ads from over 300 companies and organizations, including tech giants, major retailers, newspapers, and government agencies, ran on YouTube channels promoting white nationalists, Nazis, paedophilia, conspiracy theories, and conspiracy theories. I'm pretty sure that should be conspiracy theorists, CNN. God, they're so shit. And North Korean propaganda. A CNN investigation has found US tax dollars may have gone to the channels too. Ads from 5 US government agencies, such as the Department of Transportation and Centers for Disease Control, appeared on the channels. Many of the companies that responded to CNN said they were unaware their ads had been placed on these channels and were investigating how they ended up there. Fuller responses from the companies are collected at the bottom of this article. One of the companies, Under Armour, is pausing its advertising on the platform after CNN notified the company its ads appeared on a white nationalist YouTube channel called Wife with a Purpose. It's just an obvious smear job to try and get YouTube to demonetize news channels. Just listen to how they do it. YouTube has once again failed. YouTube continues to place ads on channels run by the online and digital network InfoWars, which is notorious for promoting conspiracy theories, despite the backlash it got from advertisers in the wake of CNN's reporting in March. CNN has since found that YouTube also put ads for Mozilla and 20th Century Fox Film on a Nazi YouTube channel. The company's ad ran on Brian Rue's Nazi channel. YouTube has subsequently deleted the channel for violating its community guidelines against spreading hate speech. Before its deletion, ads ran frequently on the channel. And then the next paragraph, or following that, paragraph below was, ads also appeared on the Jimmy Dore Show channel, a far left YouTube channel that peddles conspiracy theories, such as the idea that Syrian chemical weapons attacks are hoaxes. Far left, calling for unions and legalised marijuana and an end to the wars, is now far left. Well, the only reason it's far left, CNN, is because you think a centre-right party, the DNC, is a left-wing party. I mean, Jimmy Dore would be far left compared to a centre-right party like the DNC, that peddles conspiracy theories such as the idea that Syrian chemical weapons attacks are hoaxes. Jimmy's just reporting on the people on the ground, and he's just reporting on the other side of the coin. He's not coming out and saying it's a hoax, it's a hoax, it's a hoax. He's not making stuff up. He's reporting on the other side of the things. Oh, this is just ridiculous. It really is. Here was my reply. This is the first thing that came to mind. They've been talking about Trump-Russia collusion for 2 years with zero proof, and then have the gall to say you peddle conspiracy theories. Clinton 101 accused the enemy of that which you are guilty. You may remember this, where Clinton's biggest weakness was her ties to Russia, so she projected that straight on Donald Trump. It's exactly what CNN are doing here. Their biggest weakness is the conspiracy theories. They have been pushing a conspiracy theory that Trump is Putin's puppet and colluded with Russia for 2 years with no evidence, zero evidence. That's the big conspiracy theory in America right now, in the world. It's it's a joke. And they're throwing Jimmy Dore there in an article. They're putting him in an article and doing a smear job on him and throwing him in between segments on neo-Nazis and InfoWars. It's just an obvious smear job, and everybody is well aware of what they're doing by now. It's hilarious the way the establishment and corporate media do this, because I said this was going to happen 2 months ago. One of the first videos I ever did on this channel. I said this is what they do. They smear. They can't refute the truth, so they just do a smear job. It's pathetic. It's, somebody was saying you were right. They attack Frisk. It's like, well, it was obvious they were going to attack Frisk. It's what they do all the time. The other thing, the next thing that I thought of, this is the next thing that came to mind, other than the fact that CNN are hypocrites for calling him a conspiracy theorist after what they've been doing for the last 2 years, but they're scared. These establishment media outlets, they're scared. Channels like Jimmy Dore's are blowing up. They are getting huge. And the establishment media are starting to realise, shit, we've got to put the lid on this, because otherwise we're going to be royally screwed. It's working. And the way CNN are trying to strike back against Jimmy Dore is by cutting the funding off. That's the first thing that they go to. Cut the funding off. Try and stop his monetization on YouTube altogether. He already is being demonetized. I've been waiting for over 2 months to be approved for advertisements by YouTube. Still haven't heard anything. I don't make a penny from advertisement for YouTube. The only revenue I get from doing this is from the patrons. My lovely patrons, by the way. That's it. I'm not going to do a long video on this, because no doubt Jimmy's going to do a big long segment and he'll be able to cover it much better than I will. So I'll leave it up to him to explain exactly how hypocritical and stupid it is. But this is just goes to prove what I've been saying all along. We need your help because they're going to come after us. We need your help. If you can spare, if you like my videos and you can afford to buy me a coffee or a pint each month, that's all it is. $3, $4, $5, whatever you can afford. If you can't afford it, don't send me it, by the way. But if you can afford to buy me a cup of coffee or a pint of beer each month, a couple of bucks, I'd really appreciate it because we can't rely on getting revenue from YouTube now. It's just they are going to, at some stage, cut the funding off altogether. I'm hoping that some other platform comes up that we can have our voice on and not be censored in this way. I'm on Steemit, by the way, if anybody is a member over there. And I put every video that I do for this channel on Steemit as well, and also I've got my own website, gordondimmock.com, and I link to the YouTube channels through there. So I have to try and do this because I'm not getting any money from YouTube. They are silencing any contradictory evidence that goes against what bullshit the corporate media are giving us. Thanks very much for your support. You're awesome because without you, they would win this battle. They really would. And we have all got to fight back, and we have got to support independent media. If you can't, if I'm not your favourite channel, support your favourite channel. I don't care who it is, Caitlin Johnson, Secular Talk, whoever it is. We've got to fight back because this is getting serious. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe. Please click the bell. Otherwise, YouTube will hide the video from you if you don't click that bell. Chances are they'll hide the video anyway, but at least we've done everything that they said you need to do. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for your support. Till next time, peace and take care.